Take a deep breath. Let it out slowly. If you're here, you probably know what it's like to wait for an apology that never truly comes. Or maybe you've received one, a text, a phone call, a carefully chosen set of words. But instead of relief, you're left with a hollow ache, a sense that something is still missing. You replay their words in your mind. "I'm sorry you feel that way. I guess I made a mistake, but you overreacted. Let's just move on." And something inside you twists. It's not the apology you needed. It's not the healing you hoped for. It's a performance, a transaction, a way to move past the discomfort without ever truly acknowledging your pain. This is the narcissist's apology. It's never enough, because it's never really about you. It's about them. It's about restoring their comfort, protecting their image, and keeping you in their orbit. Let's talk about what this feels like in your body. You might notice your shoulders tense, your jaw clench, your heart beat a little faster. You want to believe them. You want to believe that this time, things will be different. But your body knows the truth. You feel the emptiness, the disappointment, the sense of being unseen and unheard. Why is the narcissist's apology always so unsatisfying? Because a true apology requires empathy, vulnerability, and a willingness to take responsibility. It means looking you in the eye and saying, "I hurt you. I'm sorry. I want to make it right." But for the narcissist, apologies are tools, not bridges. They use them to reset the relationship, to smooth things over, to avoid consequences. They might say the words, but their actions rarely change. They might even turn the apology into another form of manipulation, making you feel guilty for wanting more, or accusing you of holding a grudge. Sometimes, the apology is so convincing, so dramatic, that you start to doubt yourself. Maybe you are being too sensitive. Maybe you should just let it go. But then the cycle repeats. The same patterns, the same pain, the same empty words. Let's pause for a moment. Place your hand over your heart. Breathe into that space. Remind yourself, you are not asking for too much. You are not too sensitive. You are worthy of real, honest repair. So how do you heal when the apology is never enough? First, recognize that closure doesn't always come from the person who hurt you. Sometimes, you have to give it to yourself. This means grieving the loss, not just of the relationship, but of the fantasy that one day, they'll finally see you, finally understand, finally make it right. And here's the truth: you may never get the apology you want, the one that truly acknowledges your pain and offers real change. You have to make peace with this reality. It's a hard truth to swallow, but it's also the beginning of your freedom. If you keep waiting for validation from someone incapable of giving it, you stay trapped in the cycle. Instead, you can choose to transcend it. You can choose to rise above the need for their words and focus on your own healing. How do you do this? Start by noticing the negative feelings that come up when you think about the apology you never received. The anger, the sadness, the longing. Let yourself feel them fully. Don't push them away or judge them. Breathe through them. Then, gently remind yourself, I don't need their apology to heal. I can validate my own experience. I can give myself the compassion and understanding I deserve. Transcending the need for their apology is an act of self-liberation. It's choosing to let go of the power they hold over your happiness. It's deciding that your peace is more important than their remorse. Now, let's talk about boundaries. Setting boundaries is one of the most powerful ways to protect yourself from further harm. But it can feel scary, especially if you're used to putting others' needs before your own. Start small. Notice when you feel uncomfortable, disrespected, or manipulated. Practice saying, I'm not comfortable with that, or I need some space right now. You don't owe anyone endless explanations or justifications. A simple, direct statement is enough. If the narcissist tries to guilt-trip you or push past your limits, stand firm. Use the broken record technique. Calmly repeat your boundary as many times as needed. For example, I'm not ready to talk about this, or I need to end this conversation. Remember, boundaries are not about punishing the other person. They're about honoring your own needs and protecting your energy. It's also okay to limit or end contact if that's what you need to heal. You have the right to decide who has access to your heart, your time, and your life. Reconnect with your truth. Write down what happened, how it made you feel, what you wish they could understand. This is your reality, your experience, your story. No one can take that from you. Surround yourself with people who validate your feelings, who listen without judgment, who remind you of your worth. Healing happens in community. It happens when you see your pain reflected in others' stories, and you realize you're not alone. And most importantly, practice self-compassion. Forgive yourself for wanting closure, for hoping things could be different, for believing in their words. You are human. You are wired for connection, for hope, for healing. Over time, you'll find that the need for their apology fades. You'll realize that you don't need their permission to move forward, to heal, to thrive. You can write your own ending. You can give yourself the closure you deserve. If this resonates with you, share one word in the comments that represents your healing journey. Words like release, freedom, or truth. Subscribe and join our community as we continue to heal, grow, and reclaim our power. You are not defined by the apologies you never received. You are defined by your courage to heal, to set boundaries, and to choose yourself. Your story is not over. You are worthy of real love, real respect, and real healing. Take another deep breath. Let it out slowly. You are moving forward. You are enough.